the past 30 days, reports have come in from across the United States and around the world, describing objects that hovered, moved without sound, and in some cases, disappeared instantly. Multiple witnesses, multiple locations, and yet, most of these reports never made the news. Hello there, my Nightside tribe. This is Sunny from Nite Muse Media, coming to you from somewhere above the 45th parallel, where the snow is retreating and the ice storm cometh. I am bringing you the monthly UFO UAP report summary in a nutshell. Let's get crackin'. Tonight we're looking at March 2026. In early March, reports began to cluster across the Midwest, Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana. Witnesses described stationary white lights hovering low in the sky, not blinking, no sound, remaining in place for several minutes before vanishing. Further west, in the Arizona and Nevada desert regions, multiple reports described triangular formations, 3 points of light, moving slowly and then accelerating rapidly in ways witnesses struggled to explain. In the southern states, drivers reported a different kind of encounter, a single bright object pacing their vehicle. It matched speed, holding distance, before drifting upward and then disappearing. By mid-March, reports began shifting toward coastal regions. Off the coast of California, lights were described hovering over the water, then vanishing instantly. No visible departure and no sound. I wonder if they went under. Across the Atlantic, in rural areas of the United Kingdom, orange orbs are being reported over multiple nights. Slow movement, silent drift, appearing and fading. I did check to see if there were any crop circle mentions, but I couldn't match any of them with the reports. In Australia, high-altitude objects were reported moving at extreme speeds, too fast for any conventional aircraft. No visible structure, and again, no sound. Along these patterns, specific reports surfaced throughout the month. On March 12th, a report described a metallic, unconventional object, structured, reflective, and not consistent with known aircraft. No official follow-up was issued. Around the same time, online discussions circulated about an alleged image, described as a luminous humanoid figure on the moon. No verification accompanied that claim. On March 17th, a bright object crossed the sky over the northeast United States and Canada, widely observed, visible in daylight, believed to be a meteor fireball with possible debris reported near Medina County in Ohio. On March 18th, reports noted the registration of a new .gov domains connected to extraterrestrial terminology, but no official explanation followed. By March 20th, data summaries indicated an increase in sightings, with regions like New York ranking among the highest in reported activity. And toward the end of the month, additional reports emerged across Kansas and New Mexico describing disc-shaped objects and triangular formations at low altitude. When you step back, another detail begins to stand out. Certain regions appear more active than others. In South America, particularly in southeastern Brazil, reporting maps show a noticeable concentration of recent sightings. Clusters appearing close together within a short period of time. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean more events are occurring there. It could reflect increased reporting, higher engagement, or simply more people choosing to document what they've seen. But when clusters appear, they raise different kinds of questions, not just what is being seen, but why it's being seen or reported, especially more in certain places than others. And toward the end of March, the conversation surfaced in a different way. On Real Time with Bill Maher, a segment brought UAPs into a national spotlight. Maher referenced increasing reports from military personnel describing objects that appear to operate outside known capabilities. Now, how seriously that was meant became a part of the conversation itself. Some saw it as a shift toward belief, and others as just plain old commentary, delivered in his characteristic style, but one point stood out. The source of the reports has changed. from anecdotal accounts to observations coming from military pilots, intelligence officials, and government sources. Now, those things probably always existed, but they are giving the public greater access to that information, and that distinction may be part of why the conversation itself is beginning to shift. At the same time, there is another layer to this story, of course, there always is. One that exists within official systems. Congressional attention on UAP continues, with additional hearings expected later in 2026. Military encounters continue to be referenced. Objects described as accelerating instantly, moving without visible propulsion, and transitioning between air and water. Descriptions that resemble what has come to be known as the Tic Tac incident, an event in which trained pilots reported tracking an object behaving outside conventional flight capabilities, and I would assume they would know. At the same time, whistleblower claims have suggested long-term programs involving the recovery and study of unidentified materials. And yet, the Pentagon maintains there is no confirmed evidence linking these phenomena to extraterrestrial origins. So within the same conversation, two realities exist, a duality, a steady stream of reports from different people in different places describing similar moments, and official positions that stop short of definitive conclusions. When you place it all together, not as isolated events, but as a pattern, something emerges, not certainty, but definitely consistency. Perhaps it isn't as important to know what these objects are as it is why so many people in so many different places describe something similar. And yet, those moments rarely move beyond a report because the sky isn't always silent. Sometimes it's just not being heard. This is Sunny from Nite Muse Media. Follow the signals, question the noise. I'll see you on the night side.